Hi, my name is Alex, and when I was 26 years old, I was diagnosed with stage 3 colorectal cancer, and I was given a 30% chance of survival. And then I attended a class, really more of a support group meeting in New England grassroots that my friend Melissa, and I got a little bit of education about oil and cannabis oil and all of the benefits it has, including things like helping people with their cancer. So I started taking the oil, and I did it for 2 months. When I first started doing it, I had already started chemo and radiation, and I was doing a round of chemotherapy that I did 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 6 weeks straight. I carried it around on a pump with me, and it was attached to my port. And the longer the time went on for, the worse the effects were. So they were cumulative. So, week 1 I felt bad, week 2 I felt worse, week 3 even worse. So it had been about week 4 when I started on the oil, and slowly but surely my energy started to come back. My sleeping patterns were getting better, my appetite was a little bit better. And 2 months go by, and I'm going for my CT scan and to have my surgery to remove my tumor, which when I first started, they told me my tumor was about the size of an iPhone 5. It was very large. And when they opened me up to remove it, my tumor had shrunk to about the size of, my surgeon said, his thumbnail, and it was 99.9% dead after only 2 months of taking the cannabis oil, and I felt fantastic and better than I had felt maybe before I was diagnosed, because this oil was just making me feel so great. And then last week, in the beginning of November, I just had my 3-year cancer-free CT scan.
Congratulations.
3 years cancer-free. New England grassroots, Mike and Melissa, I think saved my life.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that.
My name is Kathy. I started here in a one-off class, solvent tincture making. And I met some folks who I really related with very strongly. From there I went to patient support groups, and not being a patient but being a caregiver, I wanted to learn as much as I possibly could about the benefits of cannabis. I've been in the holistic field for 25 years and have seen my clients and patients age. I've seen entire families. I know their history, and when I came out of the cannabis closet to them, they could not get enough information. Still now, I get phone calls, messages daily. How can this help me? Is there anything you have that can help me?
Absolutely.
So,
now I don't. I actually live in Redmond, so it's a better commute for me.
I feel as if I have more of an education, a good base, but there's so much to know, so much to learn, and there's so much I want to share. So I will continue with this. I'm not exactly sure how, but I will. The people that I've met, it's just been phenomenal. We've developed such a close bond, and we know we're going to stick together with this. I can't say enough for the school. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Now, and also you had shared with me that you are making your own salves and topicals. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? So you're seeing a potential opportunity for a career
Tremendous.
in business.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I began making salves for myself within my practice a couple of months ago, and to keep up with the demand for my clients has taken a lot of my time. 2 women that I met here in a patient support group actually hired me to develop and manufacture a product line for them. I just completed that. I just delivered it last night. It was 240 pieces. It was labor intensive, but it was a labor of love. And they have big sites on where they're going with the business, so I know that I'm going to be a continuous hire for them. And the potential for this particular market is limitless, and I look forward to being part of that as well.
So not only can it save lives, it can create lives,
Absolutely.
whole new careers.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Kathy, for sharing.
Hi, I'm Megan, and about 5 years ago I developed a chronic pain syndrome. And in 2 years ago, because of all of the medication they had me on, they tweaked my medicine just enough that I wound up having a stroke. I was in the hospital for 9 days in a coma. They told my husband, bring the family in, she's not going to make it. And 2 days later I woke up. I did spend 3 months in outpatient and inpatient rehab, but I was determined not to let that tear me down. I found, by the grace of my son, who at the time I wasn't so happy about, but I'm glad he did, introduced marijuana into our family, and it was life-saving. And the reason I'm here and just finished the 8-week program is because I see the benefits, I feel the benefits, and I want to share the benefits with everybody and anyone who will listen. I want to give back. So now that I have the knowledge, I want to gain as much more knowledge as possible, and I want to give anybody who wants that knowledge, whoever wants it, they can have it. And I want to help the world.
So tell me about, as a parent, when your child, I'm a parent, and when your child came to you, and obviously some of us have stigmas because we grew up in certain areas
Right.
where it was taboo, it was bad, it was against our religions, whatever it may be. So for you, what allowed you to open your eyes up to listen to what he had to share, knowing that you probably have those same feelings?
Well, I did, although I have to admit that I did use marijuana when I was in college. So I had some experience, but it was certainly not for a medicinal reason. Once he turned 18, I realized I can't change him. He's 18, he's an adult now. And actually the reason I tried it with him is because I tried to do reverse psychology. He had a whole room full of friends over thinking they were smoking and getting away with it. Well, I'm in the house, so I walked up, slammed his door open, and I said, "Move over, boys, give me a hit." Thinking that he'd be like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. And instead, I realized the heavens opened up and the angels sang for me. And literally, I came downstairs and I'm like, I think I just found God. And then when I realized that my son is very much into researching things and why things do, I mean, he's an excellent grower. I think he should take this class. He's just very knowledgeable. And once he latches onto an idea, he learns everything he can. And so through his knowledge, just kind of osmosis, I learned it. And then I found by chance this program. And that's when I said, I got to do it for me, and let alone everybody else that's out there. But at first, it hurt my husband more knowing that his son was smoking, because he came from that really big stigma, no, no, no. Whereas my parents were a little more open-minded, although they didn't use it. They knew I had. I wasn't as restricted growing up. So. It took my husband 6 months to talk to my son again before he would actually calm down enough to say, all right, I'll listen to you. After that initial trying to deter him and realizing that it really was a gifted medicine, that's when I think once my husband saw me come back, because I was literally bedridden. My husband used to have to carry me back and forth to the bathroom. I couldn't walk, I couldn't drive. I was down for the count from that chronic pain condition. And when my husband saw me coming back, holding a job, doing something as little as the dishes and the laundry, he realized maybe there is something to this. And now I'm here a year and a half later saying, yep, there's definitely something here to this, and I want to learn everything I can about it.
You know, it's funny, you can have a spiritual experience with this.
Oh, I did. I really did.
When you look at it, you know, from a spiritual perception, is that the Creator created everything that we have around us. So I can't see that as being an error
Right.
or bad creation. But I do believe that when man gets in the way of anything, it usually causes a problem.
Yes.
And so I think that they realized that if they could keep this away from us, they could control us and keep us in their money machine.
Yes.
And now that we're figuring it out, we're like, wait a minute, we can have something that'll bring our body into balance again, because the body fixes itself
Right.
if it has the right resources. So that's fantastic. Well, ladies, I thank you for sharing. Follow us on Facebook, and then again, New England Grassroots Institute. Our website is grassroot420.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.